Warning! Do not watch this video if you're under the age of 18. This video is for adults only. But if you're an adult and just so happen to be one of my family members, also don't watch this video. I'm gonna be talking about... So if you do not want to hear about... then click off now. I don't even know why I should be giving this warning. I mean, after all, YouTube Analytics says most of my audience is over the age of 18, right? Look, there's me at 12 years old with unrestricted internet access. I wonder what joys await me on the World Wide Web. Perhaps I'm doing homework, or maybe I'm watching a funny video on YouTube, or playing a free game on Cool Math Games. Wait, what are you doing? What did you find? What are you watching? Oh my god! I think there are 3 key moments that every single young brony on YouTube experiences. 1. Being exposed to the brony fandom through the Fine Bros video. 2. Bearing witness to Smile HD for the first time. And 3. Stumbling upon an uncensored pornographic My Little Pony game that somehow wormed its way onto YouTube. I am pretty sure that everyone witnessed reading those same 3 magic words. Banned from Equestria Daily. Listen, it just didn't have the same impact. This is a shared experience that I have seen multiple people who grew up in this fandom talk about. This moment was a crossroad for many fans. You either were so traumatized that you left the fandom, or you all of a sudden got really interested. I have seen several modern day references to this infamous game on TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and even other games. There are a plethora of artists imitating the game's unique sprite-based art style. There are some pony sprite artists that get accused of actually making Banned from Equestria, like Mousu for example, whose art style does not even resemble the game. It just goes to show how iconic it was. And for better or for worse, it has nestled its way into brony culture forever. Banned from Equestria was created by artist Pokehidden, which I should probably stop and talk about the controversies surrounding him. I've made my stance pretty clear about this guy in a former video, and I hate him. I think he is a massive creep who routinely has a history of sexualizing minors and introducing increasingly taboo subjects in BFE. That being said, I am talking about this game because of its significance in the brony fandom to this day, and no one else is really covering it. This is purely an analysis of its gameplay for historical purposes. With that being said, this point-and-click flash game exploded into popularity on YouTube and other platforms. It was a sort of shock game, where bronies would get a big reaction for laughs whilst they tried to endure its gameplay. Wash, rinse, repeat. So I decided to give it a fair shot for myself, which led me to wonder, does this have any actual value as a video game? Well, there is only one way to find out, and I just have to hope I don't get demonetized on the way.
What am I doing with my life?
In this game, you play as Big Brian, and yes, that is his actual name, who was just a normal person who was transformed into the body of a pony. He has 3 days and 6 chances for one goal, to have sex with as many anthropomorphic horses as possible. To get the best ending possible, you need to unlock 6 separate sequences before the ending of the 3rd day. For the most part, you can't just walk up to any character and unlock one of the sequences. You usually have to meet certain criteria or complete a challenge. Some of these challenges require the use of a horn or wings, such as performing spells or reaching higher distances. To change into a different pony type, you have to talk to Trixie. However, she can only be talked to during the day, as she sleeps at night. This creates a unique challenge to players to help them prioritize events. For example, in order to get the sequence for Twilight, you need to buy Spike a train ticket so he will let you in through her window. To get money for the ticket, you need to bug apples at Sweet Apple Acres, but the pathway to get there is actually blocked by a boulder, which you can destroy using your horn. If you're not careful after you're done bugging apples, it can trigger a sequence with Applejack, which progresses the game from day to night, and you're left with no wings to fly through a window and no ticket to get the spike. That's actually really good game design, as it forces players to prioritize time management strategies. However, it's not utilized to its fullest extent, as it's really easy to get the best ending even if if you don't think about these consequences. Many of these sequences don't have true fail conditions, meaning you'll unlock the sequence no matter what. This applies to characters like Applejack, Fluttershy, Princess Celestia, and Derpy, meaning at the very least you're going to be walking away with a good ending. This issue could have been circumvented if it simply followed a similar formula to Rainbow Dash's sequence. As to unlock it, you have to play a racing minigame, and if you lose, the day progresses regardless. This is a real good fail condition, as it punishes you by progressing the game forward and thus not giving you another chance. But that's the only one like this, because let's say if you fail Luna's minigame, the game doesn't progress towards the ending, you just can't unlock the Luna sequence. This game really needs better losing conditions, because without it, it just effectively becomes an adult version of Candyland, moving from space to space. In addition, I think there should be fail conditions within the character sequences. This is gonna sound insane, but give me like a WarioWare style minigame within the sequences, to which failure results in being unable to reach the climax meter. On its own, the climax meter is just a faint illusion to game design where you're basically doing nothing, just a sexy viewfinder if anything. I also think it would have been beneficial on a gameplay standpoint if we get some perk after each sequence. For example, to unlock your shield breaker from type A to type B, you need to buy and eat a muffin, which that in my opinion is pretty lame. I would have preferred it after, let's say, the Twilight sequence. Because of her magic, you are gifted shield breaker type B. This would add a whole new level of strategy of what characters you would choose to meet to see what benefits you could possibly get. Let's say you sleep with Fluttershy and get a cloud resistance perk in the race against Rainbow Dash. You want a game to have actual rewards that are more than just visual stimuli. Risks, rewards, priorities, these are things that are necessary to any game that is sorely missing from Banned from Equestria. I feel as if I'm playing half a game where there are a ton of creative ideas and assets, but they never meet their full potential. I can't say this game has any particular value actually playing it. I think you'll get roughly the same experience just looking up the scenes on Rule 34 or PonyTube. However, I think this could be a unique template for a more dedicated game, and I'm surprised there isn't a modding scene for it. Over 10 years before the first version of Banned from Equestria Daily came out, the game Pico School proved just how incredible early Flash games can be with what was essentially just a slideshow tool. So I don't think this game has any excuse for just being a scrappy Flash game. You can still make a game in the program. They just chose not to just so they could show off a bunch of porn. So in all actuality, it seems at most this game's popularity just comes from how spread around it was, and the initial shock value it had to most of its players, to which I don't really see anything wrong with that even if PokeHidden is a problematic creator. I mean, we have to overlook this kind of stuff when we watch anime. I don't know why this is any different. Which I would say in confidence if it wasn't for the information I learned after my playthroughs. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but there are two separate hidden sequences in this game, featuring Spike, the described baby dragon. And I say hidden because it's not even featured in the less bullshit mode, where it shows you all the scenes up front. These are really hard to find and super circumstantial in the game itself, meaning I'm guessing the average person who knows about Banned from Equestria probably doesn't know about this hidden detail. And with it being such a heavily guarded secret in the game, shows that PokeHidden knew what he was doing was wrong, but he chose to do it anyway. That's why I recommend if you do want to play this game, you play older versions that lack this content. But I'm not gonna hold it against people for recollecting or shitposting about this game. We all know about it, it's not like we have to pretend it doesn't exist. Just don't put PokeHidden on some kind of pedestal, there are way better porn artists for that. Apparently he hasn't even been involved with the fandom since like season 3, only just archiving this game and uploading it to Ruffle after Flash died. Much like other disgraced artists and animators in this community, the best of what they have to have made is absorbed into the general zeitgeist while the rest is ignored. That means you own Banned from Equestria, and you own Banned from Equestria. Everybody owns Banned from Equestria! Now that all of you have this ownership, I want to hear what you guys have to think about Banned from Equestria. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you want to kill me for even reminding you of it? I would love to hear what you guys have to say in the comments below. Anyway, that is all the time I have for today. Thank you for watching. I've been May, and I'll see you next time.